Forget about it. If you're not on the list, you're not getting inside.
Private party. Back off, now!
Yeah? What do you want?
Oh, man!
Please, don't hit me!
That can't be possible! Holy shit! You can't keep up!
Mic should be on now. Mic on now.
That's it, get up!
Get the better of you?
No, it's a lot more complicated than Arkham. The enemies don't stand there and watch. I get the comparisons, but you actually play this game. The enemies don't let you just stand there and beat them up. That's the key difference. This game's like a weird like half roguelike beat 'em up kind of thing. It's very difficult to explain. I think they should have done a better job telling people what this is, because it's like, it's not an arcade beat 'em up at all. It's like kind of a roguelike, but not at the same time. it's really hard to like convey exactly how this game is. But no, it's not like Arkham simply because the enemies actually fight back. You have to pay attention to what you're doing. They don't just, you know, circle around you like Dynasty Warriors. Every enemy is a threat in this game. Even just like the most generic mook is still a threat. which makes it different than almost every game, pretty much. Anything with like a large amount of enemies, you know, like a improbable situation to get out of in reality. It's always like, well, you know, the enemies are dumb as dirt. They don't attack you, and that's not the case here. They are pretty much always actively hunting you. Any of them can kill you. It definitely takes some adjustment. Main problem I have with this game is that the bosses, like, a lot of the mechanics don't work on them.
I pity you.
It's gonna get compared to Batman a lot. It doesn't have
Your time
that
is
much in
up.
common.
Whoa! No way. No fucking way.
Stop him, for fuck's sake! Oh, man. Damn, he's on fire! Alright. You made your food.
Two giants over there. What's behind their door?
Tonight's fight and the burning event.
Yeah, the posture from Sekiro. Wonder, like, what's the timeline on that? Did these guys come up with that first, or did they copy it from Sekiro? Maybe they like added that in later or something. Anyone's guess.
I can't let you go any further.
Get out of fight?
Is it a roguelike? Yes and no. I don't know, it's really weird. It's very unorthodox. The way it works is when you die, you get older. Once you get past like 40, your damage goes up and your health goes down. And when you die at 75, it's game over. But what you can do is you can replay levels, and you can try to keep the age down. Like, right now I've got the first level down to 22, so I died twice. I want to get that to 21 at some point. But then you'll always restart at that youngest age. So, like, the first time you play this, you're probably going to end the first level at, like, 50, which is not good, because by the time you get to this point, you're probably going to be game over. You can unlock moves permanently. The way it works is you have to buy the move like 5 times, then it's unlocked permanently. You can use it at any time. I don't think they were very clear on what this is. I think a lot of people were just expecting it to be like, you know, a more modern beat 'em up, you know, 3D graphics, 3D combat and stuff. It's like, it is and it isn't. Like, it's got this lot of weird roguelike stuff to it. I can see why it's divisive. I think the problem I have with this game is, like, the camera can be unfair at times. Bosses don't really stagger conventionally, so...
Didn't you hear what she just said? We're closed for the night. What's the matter?
Totally botched that. Well, I'll probably redo this level. Died too many times. Go back. I want to at least get to the boss.
No way. Are you nervous?
Come on, Shen, kick his ass. I got a shit ton of money riding on you. Harder! Harder! Come on. Fight me!
When you reduce the death counter, it means that it won't go up more than 1 year. So, it's actually very good if that happens. Because it means if you start dropping the ball again, it's not gonna impact it as much. Bosses are pretty hard to learn, so if you can get there by like your 30s or so, late 20s, early 30s, you got a good chance
You were
at
not supposed to
learning a lot of what they can do. None of you guys bought this yourselves, huh? Gotta rely on my opinion. I see how it is.
You want some more?
Get an overview out. You gotta be patient. It's already out. It's on Epic. They sold out.
All right, that was the last time.
Above this door are the 3 trials.
Trials.
Agility, dexterity, endurance.
You can be a total dick in this game, by the way. Like, people that have no qualms with you, you can just, like, push their shit in. There's no, like, stupid stuff like a morality mechanic, but
This place will crush you.
a lot of times what happens is you will die for that because it'll piss off everybody else. I actually think that's a cool way of doing it. Instead of like, oh, you have some arbitrary point system where like, oh, you did this one bad thing and you're over the threshold and now you're like this irredeemable person. There's nothing like that in this game. It's mostly just if you pick fights when you don't need to, it can come back to bite you. Especially when you're learning and you don't have the shortcuts and stuff.
Let's go into the beyond.
Drop your weapon.
Survival of the fittest.
No way. No fucking way.
The winner becomes a king, and the loser a thief.
How many trials do I have left before meeting Sean?
2 more challenges lay ahead. Dexterity and endurance. But I'm afraid you'll be too late for the final trial.
Also, one thing I like about this game, I think the most revolutionary thing this game does is it's a beat-em-up where you actually want to pick up weapons. Now, I've played many beat-em-ups in my day, and that's uncommon. Normally, beat-em-ups are like, they're like a straight downgrade to your base unarmed moveset, but weapons in this game are very valuable. If you know where the weapons are, and you spec in durability, you can get through crowds a lot easier. Which I think is cool, because normally pick up any kind of weapon in a beat-em-up, and it's just like a stupid idea too. You always want to have a weapon. Anything you can find, very valuable. I think they did a good job of fixing something that's been wrong with beat-em-ups for a long time. Weapons are usually trash. Find that if you spec in weapon durability, you can get pretty far. Even on the bosses, you can do a lot of posture damage.
Pick up your weapon, as you wish. Pathetic! You can barely keep up.
Oh, later, Zex. Yeah. See you later, dude. Sorry I haven't been on Monster Hunter. Been on that contest the past few days. Glad I got that done.
End of the road for you. The trial is finished.
Come on! Show me where you go.
Wake up!
I actually really like how they do, like, picking fights in this game. It's like... most of the time, you don't want to really engage with anybody unless you're really trying to get a high score. Like, if you can avoid fights, you should. Like I said, there's no, like, bullshit AAA game mechanic where, you know... you get cats out of trees for, like, 30 hours, but then, you know, you make one choice and you're, like, a terrible, irredeemable person. There's nothing like that in this game, but... if you pick fights, it's not always wise. I think it's a cool way of doing it. Probably not. I'm probably going to be like 45 by the time I get to the boss.
Can't be real.
This guy won't die! I don't like how sometimes some enemies just, like, the staggering doesn't work on them. It's a little bit one-dimensional sometimes. You just have to stand there and respect them. Options don't work where they armor through it. This guy does not die. He, like, just doesn't stop blocking. That's what I don't like about this game. Sometimes the enemies just, like, break the rules. Fuck you. Like, the sweep wouldn't work on him. I kept trying to use it. He wouldn't do it. There were some weapons over there, so next time I'll have to get him to have to get him to go over there. Yeah, the bosses and the elite class enemies, they don't always do. Like, they'll just walk through decent chunky set. Alright. Focus regain. Obvious one to take. Oh, I got here before 50, so maybe I can learn one of his phases. Bosses all have 2 phases. But I'm definitely gonna have to redo this level, as I'm way too old now.
Sifu, my arms are yours. Leave. I recognize that uniform. It represents a school for the weak and feeble.
By the way, he's not actually it's not like real-time aging. He has this amulet that revives him when he dies. In case you wonder why everybody else, like, doesn't age a day, that's why. Yeah, the other people, they're there in real time. It's when he dies. When he dies, he gets older. I feel like all the people that complain about Dynasty Warriors not having aging, I mean, here you go. He ages right away. second form at least. At the beginning... he dies as a kid. He or she, the gender is you have agency over that. He dies at the end and they leave the body there, but then he has the amulet, so
You're
he comes
almost
back.
as good as Yang. I thought he was unchallenged at that old...
Armor. Just walk through it all. Just walk through it all.
As our elder masters.
Damn. Got close. Not a fan of how you hit them and they just walk through it. It feels very hollow when you get a punish in this game because they just shrug it off like it's not there. I don't like that about this. Boss fights would be a lot more fun if, you know, I dodged that whole string and they would stagger throughout the whole thing. But they don't. They just fucking walk
If
through
you're not
it.
on the list, you're
I
not.
don't really like the boss fights that much. They're too limiting. Like, I dodge that whole string, and then I start hitting him again.
Yeah?
And he just walks through it. Really bothers me. Every game's gotta resort to that. Get knocked all over the place, but they have, like, superpowers. At least there's no status effects in this game.
Please don't hit me.
That's the other thing that's worse than hyper armor. Status effects.
Where is Sean?
He's with the fighters for the burning. Only Sean's disciples have passes to get inside.
We'll see about that.
All right then.
What the hell? Dies from falling. The... Tempted to just reset. Sorry, bad. I just don't like when they turn into just Hyper Armor City. It stops being fun. You get ragdolled all over the place, and these guys can just no-sell everything they do, everything you do. Not a fan. Parries on the bosses feels like it does barely anything. Which is weird because the timing is, like, incredibly strict.
Won't open without the code.
Like, you get the parry and it doesn't even feel like you did something hurting. I got this shortcut over here, I think. I don't think they need to nerf this game. I think just, like, some of the mechanics just don't feel as fun as they should.
Above this door are the 3 trials.
The trials. What are they?
Agility, dexterity.
Step forward. You're about to be tested.
Come on, hit me.
Any regrets now?
Not die! No health. Ugh.
Round 2.
I pity you. No freaking way.
Be careful, he's got a weapon. Oh man.
Any regrets now?
You shall not fear death. The winner becomes a king, and the loser a thief.
How many trials do I have left before meeting Sean?
2 more challenges lay ahead. Dexterity and endurance. But I'm afraid you'll be too late for the final trial.
Shit, I didn't bring a weapon. You gotta unlearn, beat 'em up habits in this game. A lot of it carries over, like, you know, using invincibility frames and knocking enemies on the ground and knowing which enemies to prioritize. Like, all those things carry over, right? But in, like, 99% of beat 'em ups, weapons are useless. Like, they're just like they're a liability. You have to unlearn that in this game. If you can find a weapon, you always want to have it on. Never a reason to not have a weapon. All the years of playing beat 'em ups, you kind of have to unlearn some of it in this game. Don't leave that weapon there. If it's there, take it. Unless you want to make things harder on yourself, and the game is already hard. Take the weapon.
Come on, wake up!
Let me go with the armor. Ugh. Do you ever stagger? could be so much more fun if I felt like I got a punish and it wasn't random. Just walk through it. Getting hit with a bow. Walk through it. Like the only way they know how to make stuff hard. Just hyper armor. This chick just is invincible. Don't like when I dodge it and I punch them. Like, nope, sorry. Just gonna walk through it. Attack's not there. Why can't they just follow the same rules I have? Be so much less frustrating. It's just armor, armor, armor. Definitely a thing I hate most about this game. It's like a crapshoot if they'll actually let you do anything. Sometimes every move you do, they just no-sell it.
End of the road for you.
You look like you can fight. Show me.
No, it's just, it feels lopsided. It feels lopsided. Sometimes you dodge perfectly in this game, you punch them, and they just, like, walk through it. It feels shitty. It really does.
Come on, wake up.
I don't like how inconsistent it is.
Pathetic. You can barely keep up.
I think this game, it's fun in small doses, but there's some stuff about it that's unfair. The fact that, like, the counter window is so small, and, like, a lot of times it barely does anything. I think that's one of my biggest problems. If I land a counter, especially in, like, a mega hard game like this, it should always pay off. None of this, like, sometimes, like, clearly land a hit or a counter and they just pretend it's not there. That bothers me. I can't even do this. I just want, when I hit them, I want them to stagger. Period.
That was just the warm-up.
I don't like how it's random. Like that time he staggered, but then like other times it's like, nope, sorry. It's like missing in a turn-based RPG. Sometimes it just... on! How is he still alive? Fuck. Die.
Again?
Just keep walking through my attacks more, why don't you?
You're
So
almost
much
as
fun.
good as Yang. I thought he was unchallenged at that old bastard's school.
I like how the slowdown is like nothing. They can still hit you. Doesn't
Now I
stop their
understand
attack at
how you
all.
were able to defeat you.
Fuck you. Stop with the hyper armor. Armor. Ignore the attack that's going through your body. Just walk through it.
Stubborn as our
Love it.
masters.
Oh, got him at least. I don't know, the boss fights aren't bad, but it's got the trappings of a lot of other boss fights in video games where most of the mechanics don't work. Although some of the elite enemies do that too, to be fair. Like, especially when they get that yellow aura. Like, hit stun is just like a suggestion at that point. I don't want them to nerf this game. I think just making the mechanics more consistent would be nice. It's kind of shitty how you can get a counter and, like, there's not, like... At least from what I know, I'm not an expert at this game or anything, but... there just isn't much of a payoff for it. I haven't found a way to consistently knock them down. I should be able to get the environmental thing now. So that was worth it. Couple things unlocked now. I'm not sure what to go for next. It is cool how none of this is, like, completely overpowered. You could easily beat the game with no grinding if you got good enough at it. At the same time, some of this stuff, like, barely helps. Sure, once the game's been out for longer, people will have, like, a better idea of what to prioritize. Alright, so now I'm 61, so there's no point in doing the next level. 61 is like 2 downs at most. Not enough to really bother continuing. I got here at age 22, so that's about as good as it gets. And I did get something upgraded that run, so even though I started playing really bad. Still got something out of it. Probably need to find the rest of the shortcuts. I don't know where they are yet. The shortcuts pretty much let you get straight to the boss.
What do you want?
Sean, where can I find him?
Guys, we got a problem here.
Yeah, you're the problem.
Not so tough after all.
Nerves get the better of you?
So as far as you've been, yeah, I think the second boss is kind of a gatekeeper. Although I had a hard time with the first boss too. But if you get to the shortcuts, you can get to the boss. It pretty much guaranteed you'll be in like your mid to late 20s. It's just a matter of keeping it that way. I mean, it's nice to beat the boss and get the nice experience, but at the end of the day, you gotta do it again. You gotta do it again and be younger. Otherwise, you're not really gonna have a lot of time to learn next level. Dude, speed runs for this game are gonna be crazy. Someone will get good enough at it to just, like, just go through the whole thing right away. It's gonna be nuts.
This follows the lost opportunities.
Too late to back out now.
Oh, come on, I dodged. I call shit there, game.
Should have stayed down. Forget how to fight.
That's closed for tonight. Let's go.
Are you nervous?
Come on, Chen, kick his ass! Why the fuck are you only calling me back now? What happened? Get all the money to safety. I'll be right there. After the fights. What the hell's going on here? Is this part of the fight or something? Come on then! Don't just stand there looking at him!
I like how sometimes you do that and it doesn't counter. It happens a lot. It's just like, it does not work. I feel like this is going to be the new Dark Souls, you know, the game you need to beat to be a true gamer. It's not that unmanageable, it's just sometimes it feels unfair. But people are gonna use this for bragging rights a lot, I'm sure. The way this game is the first run's always gonna be rough because you have to do the entire thing. Like, regardless of how much better you get at the game, it's so much easier the second time around if you find all the shortcuts. You can go straight back to the boss. What that allows you to do is get there in like your 20s or 30s. And you have so much time to learn the boss that way. And because every enemy in this game is a threat, there's no like peon class enemies in this game. Every enemy can kill you. You're fighting a lot less of them, which means that you get to the boss. And even if you die like 3 or 4 times, you'll still be like late 20s, early 30s. Yeah, people are going to use this as a gatekeeping game for sure. I just feel like some of it is not always fair.
You are not supposed to be part of tonight.
I think the inconsistent hit stun bothers me the most in this game.
Barely keep up.
If I hit somebody and the game is this challenging, they should always stagger. None of this sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Get up. I'm ready. Wake up.
Like that, I get a parry, he just walks through it. This guy is impossible. Armor. Turn the armor off. Just walk through everything. Moves have no impact. Great. It's annoying. Why can't anybody make a melee action game where you hit them and they react? Why is that so much to ask for? This game would be plenty challenging too. Like, if it was something like you dodge a number of their attacks,
You're not on the list.
and they would guarantee
Private, back off!
consistent hit stun, it would feel so much better. The way it is now, it's like you find an opening and they just no-sell it. And it just feels hollow. I feel like a lot of times super hyper armor is just a cheap way to make something. But it can be fine if it's consistent. There definitely are some games that make it consistent. I think Assault Spy does a better job of this. Well, you hit them from behind, you can combo them. But most of the time you're going to be facing their front, so you have to break the guard bar. And it makes sense, it never feels like it's random. In this game, you'll constantly come across situations where you'll dodge a string, and you just don't get a proper payoff for it. It's weird that, like, I think what happened was, I don't think they let anybody, I think the demo for this game did not have the boss. The demo was this level. This is the second level out of 5. As far as I know, that demo was given out to certain channels. They never contacted me, which is weird. I play so many beat-em-ups in here. But that level did not have the boss. I think they should have let people, like, test the bosses. Like, hey, these bosses are fun. It's cool how they're not pushover. Some aspects of it just feel very inconsistent. In a melee action game, it always feels better when the interactions you're going to get with the enemies are consistent.
Yeah? What do you want?
Not so tough after all.
Also, the counter feels kind of weak. The counter is good on basic enemies, but
Don't hit me.
on bosses and elite class enemies, it's like, it's never worth it. Like, you're better off just doing the spot dodge, because the spot dodge generates meter. So why would you not ever want to do that? I don't know what these guys are like, what their like patching philosophy is. I don't think the game needs to be made easier. I think the interactions just need to be made more consistent. This would feel a lot better. It's not unplayable at all. It's just yeah, I've seen the boss fights in Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC. I kind of wish these fights were a lot more like that. Obviously not like super air combo and anime and stuff, but like you have very set openings and you can create openings and you make the best out of those situations. Setting death counter to 0 feels pointless. That seems like such a weirdly weighted upgrade. If you're not getting to the boss in your late 20s, early 30s, you might as well just restart. Which is kind of what is probably going to turn a lot of people off this game. You know, the first time you see a boss, even if you watch someone do it, actually playing the game is a lot harder. You're pretty much always going to end in your 50s, 60s, 70s. Which means that in this game, when you get older, you do more damage, but your health gets permanently reduced. All that means is you're just going to get to the first level and someone will tap you once and you'll die. I don't get why you would ever take this. It seems like such a waste when you could actually unlock something permanently. Would have been nice if they did like some kind of like focus test for this or something. I think not letting people test the bosses is part of the problem. Overstepped my boundaries there. That's totally my fault. I can't complain about that. Although it didn't help that the guy got pissed off.
Really? You want some more? you want?
I'm not looking for a fight.
Neither am I. I just do computers and stuff.
Okay. Not gonna beat up this guy, he's a fellow nerd. I thought that maybe there'd be some kind of a code in here or something. The second shortcut. Just not gonna talk to me anymore, huh? There's nothing in here I can interact with. I know the dialogue feels weird. Told that guy, like, I'm not gonna fight you for nothing. Then, like, nothing happens. There's no key card in there or anything. I don't get what the point of coming in here is. I don't know if you have to have, like, the correct option. Not gonna talk to me anymore, huh? You're just gonna stare off into space. Maybe there's, like, a key code in here or something. I'm glad this game doesn't have a morality system, though. Like, I can just go push this guy's face in right now, but it doesn't accomplish anything. I like that. I just don't get what the point of coming in there was. Sage, how you doing, nerd? No, spoilers, I actually saw that fight before. I saw that part. He did. I saw a friend do it earlier, and he punched the guy and nothing happened. No, that's not it. Wondering if it's like in here somewhere. I mean, these people have no quarrel.
Above this door are the two trials.
The trials.
Agility, dexterity, endurance.
Step forward. You're about to be tested.
Holy shit!
Oh, that's very welcome. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just chilling out tonight. I was gonna do phone stuff, but it kept doing that thing where every time someone commented, it went back to YouTube. Like, you know, I'm just gonna play this tonight. I haven't had any problems with this game. It's a pretty good port. It just works.
Survival of the fittest.
And mine's been pretty cruel to me today, so I'm like not looking to be pissed off with technology today. Just try to make some progress in this. I'm gonna get an adapter for the phone tomorrow, and hopefully that will fix the
You shall
problem.
not fear death.
I didn't see a point in fighting with it anymore today.
a king, and the loser a thief.
How many trials do I have left before meeting Sean?
2 more challenges lay ahead.
Buddy, you got the pity or what?
And endurance.
No, that game has
But
pity.
I'm afraid you'll be too late
You got the
for
pity for
final
him?
trial. Pick up your weapon, as you wish.
Yeah, their games are really high quality, but I don't know, it's weird. It's like you spend money on those games and you get a shit value. But if you're a free player, it takes like months. On Honkai Impact, you basically have to save up for like, I think it's like 2 or 3 versions to get like the new powerful character. You like don't spend anything. But then, like, if you spend money on the game, you get a pretty shit deal, too, so... I think that's what I dislike about their games the most. You have to grind for months to get a character, and then, like, even if you are willing to spend money, the exchange rate is really bad. I think the other character collection games I played handle that kind of thing better.
End of the road, freak.
I get making you have to save for months, you know, they don't want to make it so you never want to spend money on the game, but I feel like when you do want to spend money on the game, and you feel like you get a shit value, I mean, that's not good either. It needs to be, like, a better balance. But that's how their games are. Pretty much both of them are like that. I think the monetization is, like, the worst part of MiHoYo games. That and the lack of controller support on mobile, which is, like, inexcusable. Because they have PC and console ports with it. But yeah, you don't really get your money's worth. I think they're trying to, like, discourage people from spending a lot, but it feels counterproductive to me. Isn't that the whole goal of the game?
Pathetic. You can barely keep up.
Yeah, you know that Dynasty Warriors game? It's not, like, it's not great. It's not great, but that game has a lot of ways that you can get stuff, like, both for free and spending money. Like, they had one I bought earlier this week. It was bunch of the gold ingots, which is like the cash, the premium currency. It was a bunch of those for 20 bucks. And I'm already like close to the max rank, so I got like 5 characters out of that. I leveled up like a bunch of their weapons and stuff. Like that's worth the money. I like playing the game. I have fun playing it. I mean, that's all you can really ask for. But if I want to spend money, it's got to be worth my while. Like, that's the thing. Never fun when it's like you spend your money and hard-earned money on it, and they give you a shit deal. That's kind of how the MiHoYo games are. Yeah, I play Honkai Impact, and that game is very much the same. Like, it's pretty much save up for a month, several months. That. Let's do better this time.
Do you enjoy these meetings?
You're almost as good as Yang. I thought he was unchallenged at that old bastard's school.
What's up, Johnny? How you doing, bud? I make my tastes in games pretty obvious, yeah, it's not like no secret. Yeah, it's a game with melee combat, I'll generally try it. Unless I look at the gameplay and it doesn't look like something I'll enjoy. Games like this are a niche, so I try to not be too picky. Yeah, that was an accurate prediction. Damn it, I should have dodged that. Getting a little bit better, though. This was going good until I started dropping the ball. How am I liking it so far? It's not a bad game at all. Just, there's aspects of it that feel unfair. And this game is not very clear. The marketing was not very clear about how it works. It's gonna turn off a lot of people. Because it's not just a beat 'em up. It looks like one, but it's not. You have the whole roguelike permadeath mechanic and stuff, and you have to play levels multiple times and things, and that's going to turn off a lot of people. They weren't really clear on how a lot of those things work, so I think a lot of the problem is the game is... it's not clear about what it is. I wouldn't call it false advertising, but they definitely didn't really, I watched all the marketing stuff for this before I bought it. They really weren't really clear that, like, it's not like an arcade beat 'em up. I mean, if you got good at this game, it would be like, maybe like Knights of Valor length. Maybe like 90 minutes or something. Especially if you had all the shortcuts. But the chances of you doing that are very unlikely. You're gonna have to go back. And that's not gonna be for everybody. I think the main problem is a lot of the interactions with the enemies feel random. Sometimes they just, like, don't interact the same way every time. And I think that feels cheap. I don't know, the thing about Streets of Rage is when you hit somebody, they have the same interaction every time. In this game, they don't. Which I think is meant to keep you on your toes, but it feels artificial to me, sometimes. I only have one of the keys there. I'll have to look for where they are. Let's continue. Let's continue. Try out the third level. Let's see if I can get another move unlocked. This game is barely a roguelite though, because none of the stuff you get makes the game any easier. It's just more options.
To come here.
I pity you.
You're never getting like double the health bar or like crazy abilities or anything. It's mostly just like more options. It's not like Hades or Dead Cells where you're getting like way more powerful stuff. Like more heals. Pretty much all that stuff is not even permanent in this game. It's only for the particular level you're on. It's just it has roguelike elements, and that's gonna turn off some people.
Locked. Looks Looks like I'll need to go through the exhibition.
Like, this is obviously a shortcut. First time you beat a level, first time you play a level is always going to be the hardest because you don't have any shortcuts. So you got to go through everything they throw at you. But if you find the shortcuts, you can get back to the bosses really easily.
You look a little small. Too late to back out now.
She'll be around here. This is as far as you go. Oh, freeway!
Yeah, I don't know what these guys, what their stance is on you know, fixing stuff in the game that's jank, or how receptive they are to feedback. It's not like the game's unplayable. Nowhere near. It's just there's some aspects of it that feel unfair. I mean, if you can look past that, the game is fine. Depends on your pain tolerance. Yeah, if you grew up with, like, arcade beat-em-ups and stuff, it's not unmanageable at all.
Need to find the key first.
You're him, aren't you? You're the one that took down Sean. You'll suffer for dishonoring him. You disappoint. You impress me. Wake up.
He's here!
Put that down!
Insane!
Come at me! Nerves get the better of you? There, downstairs. Shit.
Looks like I'll need to go through the exhibition.
Yeah, once you get past like 50 years old, your health is permanently reduced, but you do more damage. So if you're a real Kung Fu master, you can age yourself to like 60 and kill things a lot faster, but you're gonna drop really fast too. Like, being anything over 30 in like a new level like this is... You're not gonna get far. Especially since you don't have access to shortcuts or anything. This guy's gotta go. I could have sworn I dodged that. Oh well. I'm close to unlocking this move.
Round two.
Put that down.
Man!
Holy shit!
See you later, Sage. See you later, nerd. Thanks for stopping by, as always. It's fun to talk to you. I should get a fresh bat. See if there's a fresh weapon back here. Yeah, take this one. Oh, this one. This one was definitely not used.
Stop this meaningless crusade here. Kuroki has long since abandoned this life of violence and bloodshed. Turn around and leave now.
Okay, I'll just leave.
I only wish to meet her.
I told you, Kuroki will not speak with you or anyone else. For the last time.
Get your ass beat. That's still in good condition too. Next batch of mooks is gonna be easier to take out. I don't know, there's not really any, you gotta approach enemies differently in this game. There's no peon class enemies in this game. Every enemy is a threat. That's the other thing about this game is... You can't just, like, look at an enemy and say, like, oh, well, they're useless. They're all threatening in their own way.
Need to find the key first.
Yeah, I think despite this game's shortcomings, it is cool that they it made you respect every enemy. It's very rare to find a video game that does that. There's always like a cannon fodder enemy.
Need to find the key first.
You know, the combo dummy and stuff like that. There's nothing like that in this game. It's just the fact that interactions with the enemies are random, especially the bosses. That's the main thing I don't like about it. I wouldn't be surprised if they tweaked the balancing a little bit. I don't think this game needs that much. There are some aspects that feel unfair. I feel like they could get a bit. Okay, where do I go? Oh. Wait. Just gonna pull Legend of Zelda, huh?
Believe that if we took the time to stand outside in the rain,
Art direction in this game is really good.
both physically and spiritually.
Water has the power to finally set us free. It represents birth and the cleansing of a darkened soul. Water is the key to being reborn.
It is considered redemptive in nature.
I'll see you later, Sage. Thanks for stopping by. Good luck.
But like the darkness itself, we must first embrace it. For the shadows of the past consume us whole.
I can't see! What's with this, like, just not letting me see? I mean, it looks nice, but not a fan. Can't see anything. Yeah, you got a cheap shot. This is awesome. That's the second time they've done this, by the way, where it literally turns into a side-scrolling beat-em-up. Really cool. Okay, I like pushed the button to do the takedown. He didn't do it. Stood there. Random ragdoll. What the hell was that?
The mind is like an iceberg.
Alright.
It floats with 1/7.
You okay there, game?
Our consciousness
You need me to,
is merely the tip of the
need to call the doctor.
We
What the
must
hell?
dive beneath the waters.
That was weird. I can't focus now. Like, defied the laws of gravity there. Not a fan of the weird visibility in this game. I can't see anything, it hurts my eyes. Stop doing stuff like this. The game is hard enough, I can't fucking see anything. I can't see anything, it's completely red. Like, it looks nice, but it's functionally stupid. Presentation in this game is great, but I feel like the visibility of stuff is lacking because of it. I can't see anything. I'm tired of this red. Can I get a normal room? It's starting to get annoying. It hurts my eyes. Just a normal room where I could actually see things, please. Not this vomit, whatever this is supposed to be. I can't see anything! Like, come on! Can you just give me a normal environment? I can actually see my character instead of this vomit. Why? You just fight normally. It's been like minutes of this now. It's stupid. I feel like most of that is not even my fault. I can't see anything. I want this to be legitimately hard. Don't put shit like that in your game. It hurts my eyes to look at. I'm supposed to, like, concentrate during that. How?
I do not want to fight you.
It goes on way too long.
That feeling of vengeance. It will not cease here. I speak from experience. Now leave. Or be forced to.
Music is nice. Yeah, I can tell you that was gonna happen. Last part of that level was hot garbage. Last part of that level was terrible. Not being able to see anything in this kind of game is just stupid. There's plenty of other genres where you can do that, but in a game that's like nothing but melee combat, I should never feel like I get hit because I can't see. It's dumb. I don't know what they were thinking.
It was foolish of you to come here.
I don't even get to try the boss because I died like 4 times because I couldn't see anything. Visibility was awful.
Holy shit!
Feel like, is there like an option to turn that off? My eyes actually hurt right now. I'm not lying. It actually hurts. I should be able to like turn that off. I don't know if I can play this anymore tonight. Like, I'm not like pissed off or anything, but that legit hurt my eyes. I think we'd be like past doing stuff like that, but somehow it still happens. Let's just make everything like neon red for no reason. Great idea. What the hell, man?
Got eyes on him.
Yeah, to think about like how many times like they had to play test that, right? How did no one say like this is painful to the eyes?
No freaking way.
Like somebody had to say something. This game has beautiful presentation, the art style is very good, but it should never get in the way of the gameplay. When you put shit like that in your game, it does actually make it, like, unplayable for some people. That's what sucks.
Nerves get the better of you?
Can't imagine playing that if I was colorblind or something. I'd be like completely unplayable. Yeah, my eyes actually hurt. That shit needs to go. Doesn't add anything to the game. It just actively makes it worse. Oh, I can skip the vomit. Nice. Alright. Alright. I never have to go through the vomit again. I'm cool with that. Tales of Arise was like that too. Like, you'd fight, like, bosses with permanent hyper armor. But then the problem with that is they're not reacting to the attacks, so everybody's spamming magic and stuff and you can't see anything. It's like... That shit's no good. Yeah, now that I'm past the vomit, this fight is really cool. It's just not cool how my eyes hurt. Music is great too. The Kool-Aid acid room. Yeah.
I will put an end to your quest for vengeance. My patience wears thin.
Got the second form at least. Let's see what she does now. I haven't seen anything past the second boss fight of this. It's pretty much a blind playthrough. I got the kunai now.
I know 100 ways to kill you. You should have rhymed with.
Joey from Yu-Gi-Oh! Would be proud. Okay, now you're just gonna stand here and shoot, huh? Well, I'll figure this out. Might take a couple tries.
Step by step, you inch closer to death.
Am I supposed to dodge that? A little lost here.
I have no issues killing you 100 times over. That's enough!
Oh, damn. That's fast. I think you have to dodge that. Alright, well, I can finish this level tonight at least. Second phase, you have to spot dodge. That's like the only thing you can do. Can't block the kunai.
Eyes on the target in the atrium. Everyone get into position.
It was foolish of you to come here.
Any regrets now?
Thinking I'm gonna not take the bat here and take it all the way to the elevator. That way I have a better chance at that next phase. Now, after that neon vomit, that boss fight's not bad at all. I think they intentionally made it easier. That second phase is actually not that bad. It's mostly just that you have to, if you spec into the focus when you dodge, then you can get a combo off on her pretty easily.
Holy shit!
I guess so. Say so. I'm not the judge of that, you are. Alright. Yeah, the music in this game is great. Definitely one thing that they nailed. The way the game looks too. It's always nice when a game realizes you don't have to be hyper realistic to have your game look nice. Plus, games like this age better too. A lot of these so-called hyper-realistic games from even 10 years ago look like shit now. I feel like this game will look nice for a long time.
Don't waste my time.
Ways to kill you. You should have run when she did. This is your end.
Damn. Mystic Heroes? No, I never played that game. I might have played it once. Definitely not a big part of my teenage years if I did play it. I think I might have rented it once.
That's enough.
Damn. I don't know, this is kind of boring. Just running away and shooting.
I'll bleed you dry.
Can you like not shoot so much? Annoying, man. Like the last part of the boss fight, they just gave up. Just keep shooting, spamming projectiles. Always lots of fun. You play a melee game and all the bosses can do is just shoot. Can I skip this cutscene?
Everyone get into position.
It was foolish of you to come here.
This is as far as you go. Fire! No freaking way!
Well, I'm just gonna beat this boss so that I have this level completed. And I'm gonna go back to the other one and end it in my 20s. I think that's that's probably the best thing to do. That'll make things a lot more manageable. Right now, I'm already in my 40s, which is not good. See you later. That's a shit attempt. Shit attempt. Not cooperating. Can you ever stop attacking? Does your string just never end? It's like infinite. I wish the counter actually did something. Like I would block their string and actually be able to get a combo. That's what's so frustrating about this game. It's like the rules don't apply to them.
I know 100 ways to kill you. You should have run when she gave you.
This is your end!
Damn it.
I'll bleed you dry! I'll bleed you dry!
Got him. Right, so like 65 right now. there's no point going any farther. I'm gonna have to go back and de-age myself. Go find the Fountain of Youth, which in this game is just beating ass more efficiently. That is what I'm gonna have to do. I'm getting pretty close to the end of the game now, so it's not bad. I haven't really been playing this that much today, so it's cool, I guess. Yeah, 2 more levels left. Yeah, it's pretty much going to be, I'll have to go back here. I'll have to go back here and to level 2 and try to end in the 20s. Because at that point, then I can beat that boss more consistently. Alright, well, I think that's going to do it for tonight. I'll continue the fight later. What I don't know is if there's any post-game stuff in this. I don't know, even if this game was like perfectly balanced, it would still be divisive just because it's a roguelike and it's not entirely clear that it's one. I wouldn't say that they lied, it's just that they're not completely clear with it, because it's not really a roguelike either. The enemies are all in the same place, the weapons are all in the same place. There's no randomization. It's just the age mechanic. It makes it so you have to replay levels, but they do give you the shortcuts, which is nice, but I don't know, they kind of marketed it as just like, this is a beat 'em up if it was made in 2022 instead of 1992, and it's not. It's like this weird beat 'em up, like, with Soulsborne bosses and roguelike elements with, like, persistent unlocks. But the unlocks are not normal roguelike stuff. I would barely call it a roguelite. I think in, like, the most loosest definition, it's a roguelite. But you don't earn anything that makes you overpowered. The stat bonuses and stuff are only for that one run. So, like, if you go through the whole thing and you find all the idols, and you do well, you're going to have a better shot at the boss, just because you have all those buffs. But as soon as you beat that level, win or lose, you lose all that. The only persistent element is the moves, and none of the moves are, like, powered. The only one I'd say is a must-get is the sweep focus, because that lets you get a free combo. So every time your focus is full, if you're dodging on bosses, you can get a lot of guaranteed damage. I don't know, it's a weird game. I wouldn't really listen to anybody's opinion who hasn't actually finished it, which is probably a lot of people. It's just the problem is they sold out the Epic, so it's not on Steam. So it's a lot harder to parse opinions of people who, like, actually played and bought and finished the game, which is, like, the people you should always respect. Anybody that bought it with their hard-earned money and didn't get paid to play it, weren't sponsored or anything, you know, they give their honest thoughts, the game good or bad, what's good about it, what's wrong. That's what sucks about when developers sell out to Epic, because there's no forum, there's no reviews. I feel like, I mean, there's always going to be shitty Steam reviews as well, like, people say stuff like, oh, well, you know, I have, like, a 18-year-old computer and, you know, this game won't run on it, so I'm going to give it a bad review. Like, that's useless. Like, you need to get a better computer. That's not the developer's fault. They can't optimize it to the point where it's going to run on a 2-decade-old computer. Or it's like, you know, the game crashed once. Like, stuff like that. But I've read a lot of really good reviews on Steam by people who did not get the game for free, or not sponsored in any way, shape, or form, that played the game to completion. So that's what sucks about games being on Epic, is it's harder to get information about it. Legitimate reviews and stuff. I mean, you can't even really trust YouTube these days. People don't always disclose when they get something for free. Or if they do, they feel like they need to sugarcoat it because they won't get more, which is false, because I've done that. I've gotten games for free, and I'm like, look, you know, I try to not, like, rag on it too much, but it's like, there's parts of this game that suck. Really suck. And if it gets fixed, you know, maybe I could recommend the game or I'll revisit it. Like, the way it is now, I won't play it. A lot of people won't even do that. So, the loss of Steam reviews for a very weird game like that, it looks like it's a beat-em-up on the surface, but it kind of isn't. There's a number of things that make it not like that. Inconsistent hit stun. There's basically no trash mobs in the game at all. The bosses are more like Souls bosses. It's just going to be hard to get an honest opinion. I should be able to finish it tomorrow, though. It's mostly just going to be going back and finishing at a younger age. I need to find the shortcut on level 2. I might just, like, look up where they are. I've beaten that boss like 4 times now. Shortcuts definitely help. There's an achievement for beating an under age 25, which probably wouldn't be that bad if you had all the upgrades, and you just went straight for the shortcuts. But yeah, I think I'm gonna take it easy. I had a really rough day with my mind today. My mind was really bullying me hard today, so I kind of just want to get some rest. I have some leftover pizza in the fridge, so after I have that for lunch, we'll probably finish that game. Thanks for watching.